Bailey Zappi is set to make his first career start this weekend against the Detroit Lions. Will he do well? Will he do bad? Only time will tell. But let's take a look at some people who did do well. I'm Dave from Gridironic, and here are the 10 best performances from a quarterback in their first game. Number 10, Trevor Lawrence, September 12th, 2021, against the Texans. Starting off great. Trevor Lawrence did pretty well this first game. 28 of 51 passing, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, so not fantastic. Still pretty good moving the ball for a franchise quarterback against a division rival. Sadly, he did not bring home the bacon that day, because the Texans won 37-21. Number 9 is controversial on this list. It's Ed Rubbert from the October 4th, 1987 team that's currently the Commanders against the St. Louis Cardinals. Ed Rubbert was one of the replacement players. The movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, that character was loosely based off Ed Rubbert, but it won't be the last time on this list that there's a movie connection. Ed Rubbert, 14 of 24, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's controversial a bit too because he did throw an 88-yard pass that went for a touchdown to Anthony Allen. So if you take that away, his numbers aren't that great, but you can't take it away. And same thing with him. The NFL acknowledges these games, so I will too. Number 8, Matt Flynn, December 19th, 2021, against the New England Patriots. And one of the rare times Aaron Rodgers missed some time, Matt Flynn got to fill in. He played well enough in his games to land him a pretty fat contract with Seattle that he got without ever stepping foot on the field. This day he did well. 24 of 37, 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, playing with Aaron Rodgers' toys. That was really Brett Favre's toys. But they lost the game to the Patriots right in the smack dab in the middle of the dynasty, 31-27. Number 7, Kurt Warner, second tie-in with a movie on this list. The movie American Underdog is about this game we're about to talk about. It was September 12th, 1999 against the Baltimore Ravens. Kurt Warner was 28 of 44, 309 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He looked like a mess out there, falling down at times, and then other times he looked like a genius. He did bring home the win, 27-10. So, good job, Kurt Warner. Number 6, Dan Marino, October 9th, 1983, against the Buffalo Bills. If anyone saw this game, it's a fantastic game. Dan Marino came in right away through 2 interceptions. Oh my God, what is going on? Get it together, Dave from Gridironic. Alright, he threw 2 interceptions. He was 19 of 29, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He came in, threw the picks, looked pretty bad, but then he got it together and a legend was born. He took them into overtime. He got them down into scoring range twice, but they missed the kick. Ultimately, the Bills ended up winning 38-35. Number 5, Jim Kelly. September 7th, 1986, against the Jets. Jim Kelly's debut. His stats were pretty good. 29 of 32, 292 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But it was his toughness that made this performance iconic. Jim Kelly, right around the second half, right around like the end of the first half, he took a hit that had him like seriously messed up on the sidelines. He himself will say he was semi-conscious. He was asking, assistant coaches. He didn't know where he was. He came out and played brilliant football in the second half. He took a big hit from Mark Gastineau. He got up wincing. And then at another point, he twisted his ankle and then came back and threw a touchdown on the next play. Jim Kelly was awesome at toughness. I mean, those kind of rules, especially with concussion protocol, wouldn't fly today. Just ask the Miami Dolphins. But, oh my God, Jim Kelly was fantastic that day. But he did lose. 28-24, the, Jets won the game. Number 4, RG3, September 9th, 2012. Great performance. I mean, he went into the Superdome at the height of the Saints' power and just spanked him. Final score was 40-32. He got the win. His numbers on the day: 19 of 26, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, 9 rushes for 42 yards. But he looked electric out there. To me, that was the most exciting performance I think I've ever seen from somebody in their first game. I will never forget RG3's rookie game against the Saints. Number 3, Mike White. Halloween Day 2021. Back in 2019, Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts, but on October 31st, 2021, Mike White gave the Cincinnati Bengals something to really be scared of. He was 37 of 45, 402 yards, which for a Jets quarterback is unheard of, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, absolutely lit up the future AFC champions. Fantastic game. Of course, he went on to have his next game against the Buffalo Bills, who were the number 1 defense in the league at the time last year, and they completely shut him down and played him out of his job. But oh my god, this game against the Bengals, the Jets for the first time in years had hope, high hope at quarterback. It was fantastic. Number 2, Marcus Mariota, September 13th, 2015 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Marcus Mariota played pretty much as perfectly as anyone could play in their first game. He was 13 of 15, 209 yards, 4 touchdowns. They ended up all in the first half. He was the first rookie to ever throw 4 touchdowns and a half in his first game. He played so well that they actually ended up benching him in the fourth quarter. The Titans did go on to win that day, 42-14. Number 1, what could be better than the perfect game? Probably just a ton of production, and you got that from Cam Newton, September 11th, 2011. Cam Newton, 24 of 37, 422 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 8 for 18, 440 total yards of offense on the day. Yeah, his team lost 28-21 against the Arizona Cardinals, the Kurt Warner Arizona Cardinals, but Cam Newton came in looking like a stud and the true Superman that he is. And that's our list. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Dave from Gridironic. I'll see you soon.